Woo! What it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. And today is the day. I have it. I finally have it. Fire Pro Wrestling World. And I'm just ecstatic. So let me go ahead and I'm getting ready to open this so we can have an unboxing here. So I'm gonna just... Yeah, I had no restraint. It's already open. I just couldn't wait. I've been excited. I've been waiting for this game for such a while. I've been closely paying attention to it on PC, and I've been waiting for it. I've been excited, and this is awesome. It even comes with a book. Wow, with some characters. This is awesome. Spike Chunsoft, you guys overdid yourself with it. I'm really excited. It's already on my PS4 installing as well as updating, and I can't wait to do this. And actually, the moment it's done uploading and I'm done posting this video, I am going to be streaming it live. Don't worry, I will notify everyone on my social media that when I'm going live. Right now it's about 2 o'clock, and I haven't, for some reason, no other clocks besides my phone in here. Actually, matter of fact, it's 1:55. I checked my laptop. It is 1:55. Yeah, let me put that up there for y'all. All right? Even though you can't see it that much, but I'm very excited for this game, and I'm gonna be playing it live. I'm gonna jump right into exhibition to try to finally get an understanding of everything. You're gonna see me get beat down, and I'm gonna lose. Maybe a lot in the beginning before I even go to training. I don't want to bore you guys on a live stream with any training videos. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening with when I stream Fire Pro. I want to say I'll stream it at about, you know what, maybe I'll hold off a little while for you guys. I'll wait until about 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'll give you an update after this video is posted. But all in one video, I want to say today, well, yesterday and today. Let's start off with yesterday. Yesterday we got a reveal trailer for Streets of Rage 4. Somebody tagged me in it on Facebook, and I was like, well, this must be fan-made. This looks pretty good, you know? This looks cool. And then I seen a bunch of links and other stuff like that. I'm like, okay, all right. Then somebody texted me the link. And then I seen somebody link me on YouTube. And I was just like, wait a minute. This is real. It has the official Sega brand on it. Listen, I'm ecstatic. I was about 5 years old when Streets of Rage 2 came out. I did not play Streets of Rage 1 at that point, but I played Streets of Rage 2, and I love that game. That was my Christmas. I believe Christmas of 92, 93, and I had a blast. I played that game to the end 7 million times, okay? I'm exaggerating, but I played it a lot, okay? Everyone's favorite Axel, even though he's going bare knuckle. It sounded terrible in part 3, but in Streets of Rage 2, he was grassed up paw. That's what he was saying, and he's not saying bare knuckle. I'm not going to argue with you at this point. He was saying grassed up paw. Look at my face. I'm not arguing with you. This is what he was saying. So, if you are an old school fan and you love Streets of Rage 1 through 3, even though I'm hearing Streets of Rage 3 wasn't all that good, I didn't play it. I was over it at that point. Streets of Rage 2 was a classic that just could not be beaten. Streets of Rage 1 at the time was really, really great. Then Streets of Rage 2 came and it blew it out of the water. That's often the thing with sequels, but the sequels after the sequels, you know, the threequels or whatever you want to call it, they don't always do so well. But Streets of Rage 2 was the classic that put everybody. There's been mods where they can got Ryu in that game, and they've gotten the Ninja Turtles from Turtles in Time on that. That game has been modded upon mod upon mods, and it's just clearly the favorite. So getting back to Streets of Rage 4, I'm absolutely ecstatic that this is happening. And the same people who made Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap is on it, and that game has great art style. I have not played it as of yet, but I do eventually want to play it. I'm just excited. They showed a teensy bits of gameplay, but it wasn't enough. All I'm just saying is it's coming to all systems, and yes, including the Nintendo Switch. Is this the first time? I think this is the first time a Streets of Rage game is on a Nintendo system, a Nintendo platform. Actually, you know what? I think it was on 3DS and maybe even a DS. Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, it's good to know that there's Streets of Rage 4 coming. I'm excited. It looks good. I can't wait to hear more about it. We waited all this time I'm very glad to know that it's in development, so I can wait a little longer for them to perfect it, and I hope that they're putting their foot into this game. So I'm very excited. Next up, I want to sit here and I want to talk to you. Whew. If you follow me on social media, you know exactly where I'm going. Cyberpunk 2077. What? I'm just gonna sit here and say it right now. With all of the great games that's possibly coming out in not possibly, a lot of games we got Metro Exodus. I'm excited about that. Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm excited about that. Anthem and some other games that's escaping me at the moment. Those games are and even DMC 5. Those games are March and earlier. What? That's already a gigantic lineup for early 2019. What's gonna happen the rest of the year? I think Cyberpunk 2077 should release in the summer, and still it's proven to be the summer is the weaker season of video game releases. Not on Nintendo, because you see we got Octopath Traveler, and man, Octopath might not be for me, but I absolutely recognize the juggernaut of a game that it is. In just a few days, it sold over 1 million copies, and I'm sorry for the focus on my cell phone, but thank you for bearing with me. And I recognize the giant that Octopath Traveler is. It's just not for me. I am not a fan of those kinds of games, but I will bring you news if there is any news for it. But moving on, Cyberpunk 2077, I believe, will be the game of the year for 2019. Some other games might get it from other platforms, and Zelda is still getting Game of the Year from some other platforms that happened maybe a week or two ago. It's escaping me at the moment. Forgive me. But I think Cyberpunk 2077, for as long as it's been in development, for as long as it's been, teased and everything, we finally got a chance to see some gameplay. And honestly, I want to sit here and say, I was getting some heavy Deus Ex vibes, mixed even more so with Blade Runner. And it still has its own kind of personality, the cars, the combat. This is a Grizz game. I gotta say, I played both of those, the last two, Human Revolution and, what was the title of the other one? I love those games. Mankind Divided, right? They have some fantastic messages in these games. And Cyberpunk 2077 looks like it's not going to be any different. And this is by a completely different developer. Okay, this is by CD Projekt Red. They made The Witcher series, and The Witcher 3 being such a pivotal game that it is, I played, but it was a little bit too much for me. I just wasn't really into it. And some people might say, they might be critically, say, hey, well, how are you going to play Cyberpunk? It's a very different game. It might be as deep as far as RPG levels, but it still is based, corely a shooter. And I'm really excited for it. I played the crap out of Mankind Divided and Human Revolution. I love those games. I even played the DLC. I really love the story, the action, and the choices and how you can approach it. Cyberpunk 2077 is very different. Not even very different. It's very similar in that aspect. You can approach things very differently, but it's very cinematic. It seems to have some great story. And the action, some of the guns, it appears that you can have street level weapons. I'm trying to think of another game that utilized it. Maybe Saints Row, they'd have street level weapons where street mods of an official weapon, and then you'll have a corporation, a military mod of it, and it'd be the same weapon, but they function completely differently based upon who made it. And I like that type of diversity. You can drive first person or third person. You can get upgrades, go see a person, and there's different ways you can do stuff. This sounds like a game that I may or may not play more than one way. And already we've only seen about 48 minutes of gameplay, and it seems like this game is shaping up to be 60 to 90 hours of game by itself. And man, if they even release DLC for it, I'd be surprised. I would be surprised, but then I wouldn't be surprised given the market that we are in as far as games today. But it's already going to be a gargantuan game, and I'm ecstatic. I really can't wait for it. Just keep tuning into my channel as more coverage comes out. And yeah, I can't wait for that game. And moving on to today. First of all, before I was still at work, but before I saw the Nindies Direct, I look on my YouTube, and I don't know if I mentioned it on the channel. I've mentioned it to some people who know me. I was like, when are they giving us why don't you port over Onimusha or something, Capcom? What are you doing? It seemed like they were sitting on some properties that they could cash in on, and they didn't remastered and re-released Okami 2-3 times, and they even made a sequel on the DS, Okami Den. And I was like, can we get it on the Switch? And it came to the Switch, so eventually I'm going to purchase it. But I was like, man, I would love to play some Onimusha. Give us a new one, remaster it, whatever. And then I go on my YouTube and I see on my feed, they're re-releasing Onimusha Warlords on all systems. And when I say all systems, I mean yes, including the Nintendo Switch. I couldn't contain myself. My boss was looking at me like something was wrong with me, and I had to apologize. But yeah, I hope I'm not the only one excited about this. I'm going to play the crap out of that game. And given the fact that it's portable on the Nintendo Switch, I don't have to put it down and worry about coming home and play it. I don't ever have to put it down. So, this seems to be a test from Capcom. If y'all gonna buy Okami again, okay, cool. Let's give them Onimusha. Let us all buy Onimusha so we can get the trilogy. I think it was 4 of them. And then there was I think Spirit Warriors was the Smash Brothers like one, and I don't remember how well that was, but Onimusha and Onimusha 2 and Dawn of Dreams, and I don't really remember the order, but I do remember playing them. I was a teen when these games came out, and they stuck with me, but they didn't stick with me, and you know how I do. I didn't finish these games. I think I finished 3 or 4 because I was really into it. The one where he was in the past and in the future, I think that was 3, with Gene Reno playing as Jacques. And Samanosuke was in this one because I don't believe Samanosuke was in the second one. And basically, I just want to say that I'm really, really excited to see Onimusha come. And if I've ever down-talked Capcom because I was, really upset with them, I am willing to, kind of put my foot in my mouth here and apologize because I'm not disappointed with you guys. Not anymore. And if it's a decent port, you will get praised on this channel. I was upset, and then you guys said, all right, fine, let's put out Resident Evil 2 Remake, and they just gave it to us. And it looks amazing. Holy crap. I still haven't played Resident Evil 7, but it looked great. I played some of the demo and loved it. I'm a bit of a punk, I'll admit that, but I'll get to it. But I'm not straying away from Resident Evil 2. You got a young Leon, so he's not the, I dare I say, badass he is in Resident Evil 4 and beyond, because he was something in Resident Evil 6. His campaign was the first campaign, actually the second campaign I jumped into. But this isn't the LSK, this is Leon, okay? This is Leon, right in his rookie days, Raccoon City, Raccoon PD, and take you back to, 96, 97, maybe even 98 when Resident Evil 2 came out, and it was just this big spectacle. Resident Evil 1 was a big deal, but Resident Evil 2 came out, you had 2 campaigns and a double disc. It was something. So it's really good to see that, and Devil May Cry 5 looks amazing. Capcom, thank you. Thank you. The Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on Switch, thank you. Okay? I apologize. I am willing to eat my words here. I apologize. You guys over there are doing your thing again. And we even have Mega Man 11 this year? Seriously, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really eat my words. Capcom, you are trying to come back and not just use Street Fighter and not just use Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. You're giving us everything we wanted and more. I could have never imagined that Onimusha was coming back. But listen, everyone, listen to me. All 135 of you lads and ladettes who subscribe to me, thank you. I want to say, get a Nintendo Switch if you haven't. Get Onimusha on January 15th, I do believe, 2019. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. Now, the Nindies Direct. I don't remember everything that was covered, but some of these indies look absolutely wonderful. But if you know me, I recently tweeted out to Heart Machine like, hey, what's going on with Hyper Light Drifter? Then, right to open up the Nindies Direct, here's the map to it. Hyper Light Drifter is launching on September 6th for the Nintendo Switch. And, yep, I'm hyped. They have some exclusive weapons, exclusive outfits, and I think they have some other Listen, just give me the game. I'm not buying a digital. I will do my best to try and get a physical copy. This was literally the 3rd time I will be playing this game. It's the background on my laptop. I love this game. It is one of my favorites. It has some of the most amazing music. I believe, honestly, besides Transistor, oh yes, Transistor and Bastion is also coming to Nintendo Switch. I was always wondering, hey, will Transistor come to Nintendo Switch? I don't know if I covered it in like, you know, my port begging video from my earlier days of the channel from months ago. But I'm glad that's coming to the Nintendo Switch. Off the top of my head, Towerfall. And even in Towerfall, you can use, I believe her name is Madeline from Celeste. From what I hear, a great game. Maybe eventually I'll get to it. Towerfall, Bastion, love that game. Celeste. And of course, Hyper Light Drifter. I'm ecstatic. I love this game. And if it's a physical special edition I can get, woof. Heart Machine, I don't care what it costs. I will pay for it. Okay? I don't care. I love this game. Okay? It is my second favorite. Maybe it's riding on the first favorite of 2016. Riding on there with Doom. Two of my favorite games from 2016 will be on the Nintendo Switch. Well, Doom is already on the Nintendo Switch, and I do have that. But Hyper Light Drifter, thank you. Heart Machine. You guys, thank you. Certain games you just love in the music, and sometimes I don't even pause the game, or I just leave it on the opening menu or the start menu because that track is amazing. And it's not even directly on the soundtrack. So I used to just log into YouTube and just play that song on a loop. And honestly, even if you haven't bought the soundtrack, buy it. It's probably one of the most amazing video game soundtracks there is. But September 6th, 2 days after my birthday, I'll be on vacation. So, I'll be playing Fire Pro this week until the next week. And on September 6th, maybe, if I can't find a physical edition. If I can't find a physical edition right away, if it isn't, I will wait. I can wait a couple more months or a little bit more time to get it. I'm getting it, no question. Because September 7th, I Am Ecstatic, Spider-Man is coming. I will still be on vacation, so I will be playing that. I will be streaming that first hour or maybe even second hour, depending on if I can cut the game off or not. September 6th, Hyper Light Drifter. That was the most important thing to me in the Nindies Direct. I didn't even finish watching the thing. I was ecstatic to make this video and show you guys that I had this. I couldn't even stop myself from putting I couldn't even like film the video and do an unboxing. Listen, the game is installed. I will be filming soon, but let me post this video. Lads and Ladettes, I thank you for watching. I can't wait for Cyberpunk. I can't wait for a physical version of Hyper Light. I can't wait for Spider-Man. It's going to be a crowded, wonderful next few months. Lads and Ladettes, thank you for watching. This video is finito.